What's up, everybody? David here with another session of This is Daveford FC. Now, last time we left off with a very nice extra time win on August 14th versus Birmingham. It was a great game. It was a great game for the lads. I mean, it was nice to make it to the second round of the Capital One Cup. Last year, I believe we were ousted in the first round, so we got our draw. And we got a Skybet Championship team, Sheffield Wednesday. Definitely going to be a very hard match for us to win. Sheffield Wednesday is one of the elite clubs in the championship, and they always are towards the top of the table, so we're going to have our work cut out for us. A little bit more news. We last session we started looking for an affiliate club that we could start loaning our youth out to and get them some first team game time. Well, it kind of fell through. Only one affiliate club was interested, and it was Heather, and that's actually like a tier 10 league way down below Vanarama South, and I just felt that Heather would not be a good choice for us at this point. Maybe if we were in maybe Vanarama National or something, I could see us lending players to a low division. But all of the Skybet 1 talent, I really don't want them to go down that low. They're going to dominate the league, and they're not really going to get anything out of it. So I went ahead and I indicated to the chairman, Dr. Abdullah, that I really didn't like any of the choices given, and we'll try again during the summer break. Now, next, I picked up another defender. Not that we don't have enough defenders already, but Middlesbrough, my football director of football, found Liam Haggerty, and he's actually a really solid defender. He too is also going to be up for contract at the end of this season, so maybe having Haggerty on our team will kind of, maybe Middlesbrough will forget to maybe re-sign him. So I went ahead and I signed him for, I believe it was 40% salary. So we're paying about $450 a week. I think it's $1,700 a month. So really good. I put a couple of our defensive players on loan and also on the transfer list as well. Everybody. So on August 18th, we had our second game in a row versus Birmingham. It was our first home game of the year, and it was a very nice 1-0 lead. Now the stats for that game, there were really not a whole lot of stats. We had 55% possession. We had a lot of fouls. We had 12 fouls, 2 yellow cards. Of course, they were both by our yellow card magnet, Tom Gardner. He got actually knocked out in the 38th minute, but the team actually rallied to that. I put us basically in a 4-3-1-1 or 4-3-1-1 formation, and we actually played out the game in a counter-defensive, very high-structured type of formation, and we squeaked out a 1-0 winner. We had Lee Angle had his first goal of the year. It was nice to see Lee get the win for us. Player of the match was Paul Close. He had a great game. He had an assist, and the other ratings were pretty decent. So a couple days later, the beginning of the year is such a very tight, compact schedule. 3 days later, on August 21st, we played Burton away at their place. Had a 2-0 victory. That was really nice. We had 3 yellow cards on 15 fouls. Archie Edwards, Agabo, and McDonald were all booked. We had 58% possession, and we had 10 shots on target. The player of the match was Dale Southwell. It was nice to see Dale get a couple of goals. Lee Angle also had an assist, and so did Abdullah Belbaghi. Very nice game, especially an away victory is always nice. Next, we had a home game versus Doncaster, and we lost 0-2, and that game was actually pretty horrible. We had one 2 fouls, of course. Tom Gardner back from being suspended for a game. And, of course, he gets yet another foul. And then we had Archie Edwards also booked. And other than that, there was nothing to write home about. So Doncaster, they actually had player of the match. Next, we had our Sheffield Wednesday second round Capital One Cup. It was actually a really close game. It was an away. It was at their place, and it was a 0-1 victory. And we scored just before the half. We had 4 yellow cards and 17 fouls. We had Lockyer had a card, Hegarty got booked, Agogo, and Duffy all were booked. Man of the match was Ben Pringle. It was nice to see him get an assist with an 8.5 rating. And Hegarty, he's the one that scored the goal, and like I said, in the 42nd minute. 53% possession we had as well on 4 shots on target. Next we had on September 1st, we had Coventry. It was an away game. Boy, we have so many away games. It seems like we have more away games every year. We just have no luck for all of these different tournaments we're in. We just don't get any draws at home. We had a 1-1 tie against Coventry on September 1st. Player of the match was Benham Williams. Gardner and Pringle were booked. We had 51% possession, 14 fouls, 4 shots on target. Lee Angle had a goal. Benham Williams had the assist. And it was nice to see everybody's ratings pretty nice. I think that was John Arango's first game back as well from injury. Then that put us to the second. Well, from the second round, it put us to the third round of the Capital One Cup, and guess who we got stuck with? Everton. Now, Everton put us out in the 4th round of the FA Cup last year, and I figured, okay, we're going to play Everton again. This is not going to be a good thing. So we went ahead and hey, we actually did pretty good against them. I'll show you in just a second. Now, seeing that I have an overabundance of defenders, and I actually have a really good amount of depth at the defender position, I actually put a couple of my defenders up for transfer. And wow, lo and behold, I was actually able to sell Cameron Gale. We picked up Cameron Gale at the beginning of Season 3 on a free transfer. So Blackpool was interested, and they came in with like a $60,000 offer. And I think Cameron has like a $180,000 value. So I went ahead and bumped it up to about $74,000, and they paid us 58 up front and then 74 as he plays games and X amount over the next year. So we kind of recuperated a little bit. Especially we made money off of Cameron Gale because we didn't pay anything for him. We picked him up on a free transfer. So that was actually really nice. So we got our first draw for the John Stones Paint Trophy. This is the tournament that we're really going to try to concentrate and win. We had a first round bye, and we got a second round draw versus Cambridge United. They are a Sky Bet 2 team, and they were actually a pretty fierce competitor to our team last year. They were not promoted, so they're still stuck in the second league, the second Sky Bet 2. So we are going to have to play them on October 10th. Now, also with October, speaking of October, I told you that I was having a hard time with finding out when our stadium was going to be done and built. So I actually looked up on the facilities here, and we are due to move into our new stadium with a 7,047 capacity on October 31st. So we have 21 days, guys, and we will be at the new dungeon. That is very exciting. I'm super stoked about that. So let's take a look at a couple of these other games that we had. Alright, so on September 8th, we had a home game versus Barnsley, one of our old senior affiliates, and actually we haven't done too well at home this year so far. We had 2 bookings. Well, I'm sorry, we had 1 booking, Abu Agogo. We had 53% possession, and the man of the match was Connor Hourihane, that was on Barnsley. We had, like I said, we had one goal, and it was an own goal by Will Packwood on the other side, and we had an assist by Mark Duffy. That's the way just the ball bounces, I guess. A couple days later, Leyton Orient, they are another one of the teams that were promoted last year with us. We played them on September 15th away. We had a very nice 2-0 victory. Whoa, look at there. We had no yellow cards, but we had 21 fouls. That we were definitely lucky. 52% possession. We had 3 shots on target with 2 goals. The player of the match was Mark Duffy, and Matty Taylor and Lee Angle scored our goals, with Ben Pringle and Mark Duffy, our wingers, with basically the assist. Next, we had another home game versus Exeter on September 18th. It was a 2-2 draw. Still hard to find a victory at home, isn't it? We had this was actually a really late come from behind on their part to tie the game. They literally scored it in the 93rd minute to tie the game. I literally thought we had 3 points on Exeter, because Exeter is in second place. I think we were in like 4th place or something like that at the time. And they came back and scored a fucking goal in the 93rd minute. But we had 51% possession. There were 13 fouls, 1 yellow card by Pal Clowns. Even though it's closed, I'm just going to call them Clowns. Yeah, we had 7 shots on target. Player of the match was Matt Derbyshire on Exeter. So hopefully he'll get bit by a swarm of mosquitoes next time he goes out onto the pitch. We had 2 assists by Ben Pringle. One of our goals was by Matty Taylor, and our other goal was by Dale Southwell. And that was a decent match. It was kind of a heartbreaker there to get a point there at the end, but that's just the way it is, guys. All right, next we had Wycombe. We had Wycombe away, and that was a loss. So we had a pretty bad 7-game stretch there, just with 2 victories, 2 draws, and 3 losses. That was actually a pretty bad game stretch, or 7-game stretch. Wycombe, definitely a slugfest. We had 14 fouls and 3 yellow cards. Kenny McDonald, Tom Lockyer, and Liam Haggerty. And we had Dale Southwell with our goal, and the assist was Belbagi. Wasn't too good of a game. Player of the match was Michael Harriman on Wycombe. Next, we had our Capital One 3rd round game versus Everton. Now that was a TV game. I think it gave us about $30,000 cash, which is we really needed that cash, especially with the sale of our defender there. Now, we actually beat Everton, guys. We beat them at home. I honestly did not record this game because I honestly thought we were going to lose it. I mean, they're a Premier League team, and I just didn't have confidence of beating them. I mean, we've got beat by every single Premier League team we faced. But we came out and we won 2-1. I mean, we had a lot of yellow cards. We had 4 yellow cards on 14 fouls. Haggerty, Gardner, Williams, and Lockyer all got booked. We had 54% possession. We had 7 shots on target for 2 goals. And I'll tell you, I was so stoked. Lee Angle got his first man of the match this year. He had an 8.8 rating, and he had 2 goals. Now, at this point, I've kind of rotated Lee Angle from our advanced playmaker to more of a deep-lying forward, and I'm letting him get a lot more strikes off on the edges of the box. And it seems like switching the roles around between he and Dale. Dale actually does really good with the advanced forward position. So even though Angle's the much better player, we've kind of reversed roles, and the last couple games, I've actually seen a huge increase with ratings between Dale, Connor, and whoever else that I'm playing in the advanced striker role. So really nice to see that happen. So that was Everton. So we got a next game. I'll go ahead and we'll do these last two games real quick. We got Luton. We had we smashed them at home. It was nice to get such a dominating victory at home. It was like our first real ass kicking this year that we had, and we beat them 5-1. We had 54% possession. We had 2 yellow cards, Mark Duffy and Tom Gardner, of course. We actually Luton, they actually had a red card at the 61 minute, which we really poured it on after that. We scored, I think, 2 or 3 more goals after that. The man of the match again was Lee Angle. He had a 9.6 rating. He had 3 goals. Dale Southwell had 2 goals. Connor had 2 assists. John had an assist. And like I said, ever since I've switched the roles of Lee and the advanced forward, it seems like things are going much better now. Offensively, really good. And the last game that we played was against Millwall, and actually we beat Millwall pretty good. I mean, we beat them pretty good. And we had 15 fouls, 1 yellow card. Archie Edwards, man of the match. Lee Angle, again, that's his 3rd man of the match in a row. And he had a 9 rating, 1 goal, 1 assist. Ben Pringle, our $22,000 pickup from Wigan. Thank you very much, Wigan. He had an 8.8 rating, 1 goal and 1 assist. It was a great game. I thought we were going to tie, but Lee got that goal in the 72nd minute. So it was really nice to not tie that game and to get 3 points. So where does that put us in the table, guys, for Skybet 1? Well, that puts us in 3rd place. We've been ping-ponging up and down between 8th place and 3rd place. So Bradford City, Exeter, Exeter had that 93rd minute equalizer on us. We could have been tied, but hey, no problem. We're at the top. That's all that matters. The money that we're spending on players is definitely showing for us. Bradford City, though, man, they are on fire. They're at 10 wins and 1 loss, 30 points. We're 10 points behind. So we are in the playoff playoff promotion spot right now. We don't want to be there. We want to at least be 2nd to get the automatic promotion, but we'll take whatever we can get because we are literally supposed to be fighting against relegation, but no, not this year. We spent a lot of money, so we should not even be anywhere even near the middle of the table. All right, so a couple more tidbits of information for the team. We've had our youth facilities upgraded now that it is the beginning of October, and this is the 2nd time we've had our youth facilities upgraded, which has now taken us to an excellent youth facility. Pretty nice. Our youth facility rating is still 3. Hopefully, at the end of the season, we will go to a 2. We're hoping anyways. So we are definitely on the road to having a great youth facilities program. All right, now next, we found out who we're going to be playing in the 4th round of the Capital One Cup. Ever since we beat Everton, I was waiting for the draw, and now we are going to have to play Chelsea, and we have to go to Stamford Bridge. So it's going to be a tough game, guys. It's going to be Wednesday, October 31st, 2018, which is coincidentally the same day that our new stadium, the Dungeon, opens on October 31st. So, but for this game, we'll be away at Stamford Bridge. We're definitely going to be huge underdogs for this game. I'm not expecting a good result. So Chelsea is a strong team. They're always at the top of the Premier League. They're one of the few teams that have always dominated the league. So we're going to give them hell. We're going to do what we can, and maybe the luck of the Irish will be with us. So we'll have to see. But that will definitely be one of the games in the next episode. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our lineup for today's Johnstone Paint Trophy game. Alright, so here's our lineup card for today's 2nd round Johnstone Paint Trophy game. versus Cambridge University. There's going to be several changes today. I want to point out our injuries first. Earlier in the week, Courtney Cameron was injured. He is going to be out for another 2 to 3 weeks with a strained ankle. And we also have Charlie Horton, our primary goalkeeper. He was out for about 4 to 5 weeks with a back strain. Our medical department, our physios, have really done a good job on him. It's been about 3 weeks since he's been injured, so he has about another 7 days left. So that leaves us with Alex Hall. He is our Liverpool reject that we actually pulled in on a free transfer during the summer break. He's going to be in the net for us today in place of Mr. Horton. On the back line, we are basically running the same line we've been running all year. Benham Williams on the left, Gardner and Lockyer in the middle, Randall on the right. Up in the middle of the field, we have a great midfield this year. This is definitely the strongest our midfield's ever been. We're going to have Pringle on the left, John Arango and Agogo in the middle, and Duffy on the right. And our strikers are going to be Lee Angle in the deep-lying forward position, and he's going to be supporting Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. Ebanks-Blake was a late pickup that we had just as the season started. We picked him up on a free transfer as well, and he was hurt for about the first month and a half of the year. So he started last game. He looked pretty solid, so he is going to get another nod today. So let's go ahead and hit the pitch, shall we? So both Cambridge University and Daveford FC have taken the pitch here at Daveford FC's Stadium the Dungeon. We have a maximum capacity here. The crowd is going wild. The fans are chanting, "Brown Baggers! Brown Baggers!" Daveford FC are heavy favorites today to knock Cambridge out of the second round of the Johnstone Paint Trophy. Daveford FC has the ball first to start the game, and the game is underway. Looks like Lockyer gets it to Randall. There's a key play. Pringle kicks it into Lockyer. Off of Williams. Oh, nice block by Phillips. Phillips with a goal kick. Wonder why I lost my sound, but I apologize about that, guys. But hopefully next time. Key play for Cambridge University. Barry gets the ball from the throne to Jones, to Obika, in the middle of the Spencer. Spencer dribbling. Ooh, nice tackle by Agobo. Daveford FC now has the ball. Pringle pushing up the left side of the pitch. Into the middle of the field to Arango. Nice juke. Nice lob into Duffy. Into Pringle. No competition at all by Cambridge. That is Ben Pringle's third goal of the year, and that puts Daveford FC up 1-0 at the 28-minute mark here at Daveford FC Stadium. Looks like another key play for Daveford FC. Williams says it into Blake, lobs it into the middle of the field. Agogo, a very solid player for a nice pickup for Daveford FC. Agogo with the ball in the middle, gets it over to Duffy on the right, and a turnover by Daveford FC, but Gardner gets it back to Arango in the middle. Pringle to the left, looks like they're going to get it to Williams on the left. He flanks it in. And Agogo has it, shoots, and gets it past the goalie for Abu Agogo's second goal of the year. That puts Daveford FC up 2-0 just before the half. And Jones with a free play from Cambridge University, key play. And it looks like Ebanks is going to push it up. We're going to try to score one more before the half. Pringle with the ball, shoots it, and a nice stop by Phillips. We are at the 44-minute mark, and Daveford FC is dominating 61% possession. Looks like halftime is here. No changes for Daveford FC or Cambridge University. Second half starts. Cambridge starts with the ball. Dowson over to what's-his-name again. And these guys' names are crazy, man, on Cambridge. Key play for Daveford FC, Angle. Agogo to the middle of the field, to Arango, to the left side of the pitch, to Williams, pushing it up in the wing-back position, to Pringle, to Ebanks. Ooh, nice strike, nice save by Phillips. Phillips is actually saving quite a few balls from Daveford today. The crowd is going wild. Oh, Obika, he gets a steal from Tom Gardner. Tom Gardner dropped the ball on that. That is the second time this has happened, guys. this season. That puts Cambridge on the board, and Daveford FC now has a half the lead at 2-1. Another key play for Daveford FC. Ebanks Blake is getting it over to Pringle. They're going to try to push it up. They need to get another goal here. Looks like the ball is now in possession of Cambridge. Spencer's got the ball. Nice takeaway from Moronga. Nice defense. To Ebanks. Header to Pringle on the left-hand side. Lob back over to Blake. Ooh, wide open shot by Angle. Holy cow, look at that shot off of his right foot. That's going to be a goal of the week. That is Angle's 4th or 5th goal of the week. He has had a solid week. We are at the almost 70-minute mark. We are going to take a look at some substitutions possibly for Daveford FC. Tom Gardner's having a horrible game. He also let a goal go by. It's just unacceptable. Defense shouldn't let Cambridge University score like that. That was actually pretty poor. So we're going to go ahead and pull out. Looks like we're just going to pull Gardner out. Everyone else has a great rating. We'll probably just ride out the rest of the game. Hopefully, Daveford FC with a 3-1 lead over Cambridge University will be able to hold them off. Key play for Daveford FC. Corner kick, Franks out of bounds. Nice defense by Cambridge University. About 5 minutes left in the game. Daveford FC with 58% possession. Just totally dominated this game. Cambridge with a lucky goal. 91 minutes, 30 seconds left. Key play for Daveford FC. They kick it out of bounds. Cambridge with the goal kick, and that is the end of full time. Daveford FC 3, Cambridge University 1. And that is the final score of the second round of the John Stones Paint Trophy. So your post-match analysis for John Stones Paint Trophy, second round game versus Cambridge University, has a total domination by Daveford FC. Daveford FC actually had no yellow cards and only 9 fouls. That is definitely a positive thing to take from the game along with the victory. We had 58% possession. We had 9 shots on target for 3 goals. We had goals by Ben Pringle, Abu Agogo, and Lee Angle. Player of the match was Mark Duffy, our right winger, excuse me. Very nice ratings by the entire team. We had assists by Mark Duffy and Ebanks Blake. So nice to see Ebanks Blake, especially seeing that this is only his second game back for the year, getting back from injury, and he has an 8.5 rating. Very nice game. Very nice game from Daveford FC. So we'll see who we get in the quarterfinal of the Johnstone Paint Trophy South tournament. All right, everybody. A very nice win in the second round of the Johnstone Paint Trophy versus Cambridge University. We now know who we are going to play in the South quarterfinal, and that is going to be Plymouth Argyle. They are another Skybet 1 team. They are around fifth place or so. They're a really strong team, and we are going to have to bring our A game to pretty much progress to the semifinal. So, some other news that we have here. I want to show you guys the finances. As you guys remember, last time we were at about negative $440,000. We are now at a negative $600,000 balance, and we are just continuing to hemorrhage money. The payroll budget, we are allotted $70,000 a week. We are spending $63,000. We're down several thousand. I've got several players out on loan now. So let's take a look at who we have on loan. We have quite a few players now on loan. We've got Wayne Knight on loan. He's at Gloucester. They're paying all of his salary. We've got Kenny McDonald. He is at Chesterfield for I think 3 months. They're paying us $750. Liam Slade. This is actually a really nice loan. We just had him picked up for I think 3 months from Crawley, and they're paying his $1,800 a week. We also have Daniel Johnson. He's went to Wrexham. Wrexham damn near killed him. Anyways, they're paying his $725, and then Carl Tarpey is at Histon, and they're paying his $150 a week. So looks like Carl, he's actually our best youth striker. he is actually better than Ogu. Now, he came in with last year's intake. He's actually got 11 appearances and 3 goals. So he's all of our guys have got appearances. They're doing pretty good. Their ratings are actually really decent. So they're doing us proud. Good youth program. All right, let's take a look at the date is October 20th. We have 11 days before the new stadium is ready to go, guys. 11 days. We still have the best scouting. We have a very strong medical team in the Sky Bet 1 League. We have the best defensive training, best fitness program, and the best man management. Compliments of yours truly. But I mean, we are doing really well. We did not, like I said, we did not get any new coaches. We re-signed all of the coaches that we had for another year. So I'm going to reevaluate, depending on how much, if we can get promoted to Sky Bet Champion. If we can get promoted, maybe we will maybe do a little bit more scouting. Maybe we will add a couple more coach roles as well too. So we can have up to 7 more coaches. Pretty nice, isn't it? Let's take a look at our youth teams, shall we? Our U18 team, they finished in first place last year in Group 5. They've been promoted to Group 4, and they are in second place in Group 4. They are behind Gillingham. They've got a couple really hard games coming up against Gillingham and also against Gillingham again in the 4th round of the U18 tournament, FA Cup. Our 21s, we finished, I believe, in 5th place last year, and we are in 5th place again this year in Group 5. We have got a pretty solid youth program for just really getting the youth program going the last year, 2 years. We are really doing good, guys. I mean, I'm so ecstatic with the way that the youth kids are coming along, and I mean, we've got a lot of good kids coming up. I mean, it's going to be crazy how many kids we're going to have here in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years. I mean, we are just going to have so much talent all over the place. And that's not even, we're going to have our youth rating go up, so we're just going to attract better players. And it's just going to get even better. So they're sitting in 5th place. Sutton United is at the top of the table for 21's Group 5. So there we go, guys. That is it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave a comment, like the video, thumbs up it. If you guys haven't followed the channel or subscribed to the channel yet, what are you guys waiting for? Subscribe to that channel. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And until next time, happy gaming and keep kicking those balls around.